So this is our first time actually covering an article that's detailing a species because our third news article is about the Gingko-Toothed Beaked Whale. I believe there is another name for this, but this is the one that was described. Uh, Now, the news is this is new. So this is the first time that this species of cetacean has ever been spotted alive. So all we know about this species until July when this was posted, and this is the first time I've come across this. I came across it because news outlets actually did pick this up eventually, and that's how it came to my attention. Um, but yeah, this is a species that was only known about via a stranding or several strandings, I think. So this is a beaked whale. This is a beaked whale species that lives around Baja California. And the only way we knew anything was due to stranding. Now, if you're wondering, how do we know stuff about species that that have stranded and passed away? Well, we're going to actually cover that next month. We already have that plan because that's a little bit of a spoiler for the lesser known cetacean species next month. Is it's one that's only been seen a very small handful of times, and most of what's known is from strandings and well, finding them dead on the beach. So this research trip was to try and identify the cause of an anomalous echolocation pulse. And I just love the idea of doing this, where you grab a boat, you got a bunch of researchers, everyone's got a different skill set. There's someone that's on acoustics, there's someone with visuals, like you got a captain, you got like imagine that. It's like going on a freaking adventure because you're looking for this elusive animal. It's like the nature documentaries that like big up someone that's like looking for this really rare animal, and it's like they always find on the last day, or so you're led to believe. Um, Sometimes they find on the first day, but they show it after. Gio, could you imagine going on one of these trips? I guess Gio can't imagine
Whoops.
going on.
Sorry, I muted myself.
I thought you had like left or something.
Yeah, no, I muted myself for a second.
So,
Um, and I was saying that, yeah, it would be really exciting, but like, I think there's also the understanding going into something like that that there's a high chance that like nothing happens, that you don't see anything, that it's not exciting and it's just, a waste of time. But that small chance like would just make it so exciting that you like even if it's a small chance, like you gotta go, right?
see any kind of like rare species, like if you go into a forest hoping to find something, you know there's going to be a
Mhm.
rare chance. You'd think being on the water in open water would make it easier. You've got a lot more water to cover.
Mhm.
Anything to do with whales and dolphins is very much like hit and miss. It's very much if the whale wills it.
And you really also have to think about the open ocean as being a lot like a desert. Um, there's,
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
there are places that, life gathers, like, elevation changes. But it's more like having little oases that are kind of spread out. And that's why, like, when you look at, like great white shark, especially in the Pacific, and you look at their tracks and like how long they are and how far they travel, and it's because they basically kind of have to go from point to point, to point to.
It's It's honestly worse than a desert because a desert, like if you look, like if you're on a flat desert and you see out to sand, like you'll at least see stuff. But
Mhm,
on the water, like you're looking for stuff that lives under the water. You can't see
mhm,
under the water. So really the only way to really go after like trying to find one of these animals, you absolutely need a hydrophone.
mhm,
Like there is no question about going to find a species of cetacean that you've never seen before, that no one's seen before, without taking acoustic equipment. And in fact, this is detailed in this actual study, where they actually made only 5 visual sightings of this beaked whale. They made 21 acoustic detections, and they also somehow managed to get a biopsy sample, which is kind of crazy to get that in 5 visual sightings.
mhm. Yeah, it must have been just hanging out on the surface and been like, "Oh, hey guys, what you doing?" "Oh, no, mm-mm."
Maybe it just had a cold, like worse than mine. Maybe it's
Mhm.
just sneezing all over the place. Maybe they use a drone to collect whale snot.
Maybe.
Oh wait, that's for later on today.
Mm,
We might come back to that particular thought train. So they actually found a heavily scarred male who had tooth protrusions that in some places some publications, I should say, some places that have reported this have actually referred to these as mini tusks. Now, in the actual paper itself, the author does speculate on male combative competition for females. Um, the females also had cookie cutter shark bite marks. Now,
mm,
Um, this actually brings us on to a very interesting part of the podcast, which has kind of become a bit of like a running thing because we now have a 10-second content lock for those of you that like sharks more than whales and dolphins. Cue the yay.
Yay!
So, cookie cutter sharks are small little sharks. Almost said something else there. With round mouths full of teeth. They make very iconically recognizable scars in teeth tissue, in skin tissue. This is an outtake as well. Oh my! Wow! Don't screw that up. Okay, okay. Take number two. 10-second content for those that like sharks more. Cookie cutter sharks are small little sharks with round mouths full of teeth that make a very iconically recognizable scars in skin tissue. They reach roughly half a meter and are very rarely seen. That was your 10-second content. Also, Zarf just said, "What weirdos those that prefer sharks to whales and dolphins."
I
But
know,
that was
right?
your for whale sharks. I understand it.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah. Whale
Yeah,
sharks are cool.
but cookie cutter sharks, no one likes them.
So, quick little aside, when I was in middle school, our school mascot was the Sharks. So when you were put into a team, so basically a team was 4 teachers, and that was like your core academic, classes, they were named after different sharks, and one year I was a whale shark.
Oh, nice. So
Mhm.
that was your a little bit more than 10-second content for those that like sharks more than whales and dolphins.
Yay!
Yay! There's is that intro?
Could be.
There might be. There might be another intro later. we want also some educational stuff to be shorts, not just the funny stuff. Um, but yeah, if I need to stop reading chat whilst I'm about to read something else. So if you want to learn about this cetacean, the Gingko-Toothed Beaked Whale, uh, and that was spoiled for the first time ever. I will be linking the paper below. It's by Henderson et al. And it was released in 2025.